Hello and welcome to Cinema Express. My name is Venkat Srikar. In this episode of Kutty Review, we'll be talking about the Telugu film Skylab, directed by Vishwa Kanderao. So, Skylab is based on a true story that some of us might have heard from our parents. When NASA's first space station named Skylab was deorbited in 1979, speculations regarding the debris hitting the Earth, especially India, South India, and causing mass destruction spread like wildfire. So Skylab, the film is not only intrigued about the idea of a people belonging to a village named Bandilingampalli reacting to the possibility of a disaster, but it's equally focused on how an event of this scale can instigate change among its characters. This explains why the filmmaker chooses to spend the entire first half of the film illustrating the characters, their desires, their flaws and more, and he resists the temptation to jump to the more exciting and dramatic part, the disaster. The writing takes the risk of getting stuck in repetitive scenes, and they do in fact feel redundant at places, but they give a great payoff considering how nicely the characters are written. The film has beautifully written lead characters. Take Gauri, who is an unsuccessful journalist. She is the daughter of a village head, but she is trying to leave a mark with her writing on her own. There is money-minded Anand, a doctor whose license is revoked, but he arrives at Bandilingampalli to persuade his grandfather, played by Tanikala Varni, to lend him the money to regain his license. There is unemployed Ramarao, who owes debt to everyone in the village, but his grandmother refrains him from taking up a job, saying that doing a job is below their family honor. It also helps that the comedy works to a major extent. They are not laugh out loud kind of jokes, but they do ensure that we have a consistent smile on our faces. There are a lot of great characters in addition to the leads, be it Seenu, played by Vishnu, who is Gauri's ever reliable assistant. There is Gauri's former schoolmaster, played by Subrai Sharma. Then there is Ramarao's prideful grandmother. There is a little kid who collects coins from a temple tank. Then there is an old Dalit man who is on a mission to sculpt the idol of Rama, and a young Brahmin kid who helps the old man. The sheer number of characters that leave a mark speak volumes about the heart the filmmaker has poured into the writing. During the opening credits of Skylab, producer Prithvi's name is credited with loved and produced by, and I can say the same applies to the rest of the film. It's made with ample heart, and the passion for filmmaking finds different ways to seep into every scene. Take for instance Shivam Rao's production design that gives a Wes Anderson-esque vibe to the interiors, but it never looks artificial. Similarly, Poojitha Tadikonda's costumes, they don't aim for low-hanging fruits by simply dressing the men in classic bottom baggy kind of designs. Prashant R. Vihari's lovely score beautifully captures the varying moods the characters experience without overselling the emotion. Raviteja Girijala's editing too finds simple yet innovative methods to improve simple scenes like montages. Coming to cinematography, it's a duet between Aditya Javedi's frames and colors, yet they never look flashy. Heartfelt would be the perfect word to describe the final 30 minutes of the film. This is where Skylab's take on casteism, the character arcs, both the micro and macro conflicts, they all culminate into a beautiful sequence. That's when even minor characters come to the foreground and they give a greater meaning. Gauri's writings say, fear united humans on that day. They erase man-made boundaries like caste. We start to see the good in humans. We listen to their stories, their fears, and even their dreams, and this is when Skylab becomes more than a comedy. It becomes a critique on how we have constricted ourselves and how cathartic it can be when we let go of these demarcations and boundaries. Like the clueless villagers of Bandilingampalli, we are wading through a pandemic where the threat keeps changing from time to time, and yet we see a lot of people around us who remain obsessed with factors like caste and religion. At least we have films like Skylab serving as a reminder to what's important and what's not. That's it from this week's Kutty review. Skylab is playing in theatres near you. I hope to see you next week with another film. Thank you.